and welcome to this week's episode. Today we're going to be talking about trait or gate 54, which is all around ambition and this fuel to rise up. If you think about ambition in our modern day society, often it's associated with some kind of negative or selfish qualities where people are driven to rise. They're ambitious and they're climbing the corporate ladder, let's say, and they essentially stepping on whoever they can to move up that ladder. But ultimately, if we look at ambition without other people, it's not really possible. So it is actually essential for us in order for us to use this ambition and to fulfill our personal potential, we need to be noticed or recognized by somebody higher up on the ladder who goes, well, I can see your potential. And, if we get noticed by them and they see our potential, there's a good chance that we can elevate our status or elevate our position in life. So ambition cannot operate on its own. It can't be 100% selfish because there's always other people involved. And because there's this tribal energy that comes with this particular trait, anything to do with tribal is about support. It's about, I do this for you and you do that for me. So there's a supportive agreement that kind of comes into operation when we work with any of the traits that are tribal. And the only way that we're going to move up in the world is if our skills and talents are recognized by others. And ultimately what this means is that we could start, as a lowly sales assistant in a shop, and we could rise to becoming the CEO of the company over time if our skills and talents are recognized and we bring this fuel, this of ambition to rise up in a supportive context. And what often happens, because it's tribal, is as you rise, you lift the status of those around you. So, it's about your status being elevated, and in return, you elevate the status of those around you, especially those who have supported you in your journey. So where you've been supported, you go back and you give support to those that have come before you or have been around you to support you in this journey of rising up. Ultimately, the 54, if we look at humanity or the tribe, is about using this fuel, this ambition fuel, to transform the direction that the tribe's moving in terms of its resources and all the material things that it needs to survive on this plane, as well as its material standing in relation to other tribes. So if we're thinking about it in a work perspective, it's about your team or your company and its status or its material position versus other companies. So when everyone is involved in supporting each other and rising up the ladder, we can elevate the entire company's position on the material world in relation to those around us. And this can happen within a family structure or, any other kind of grouping where there are a number of people working together in a supportive manner where, they're supporting each other. When we think about ambition, I mentioned before that it's about recognizing the skills and talents. So if you're looking at the skills and talents of other people, it's about saying, well, I see that you have something to contribute to this tribe, to this organization, to this team that is going to help it to rise up. So there's this definitely recognition of the contribution for the whole. So yes, it might be your individual talents and strengths, but how can that help the whole team or the whole tribe? Because this particular trait is in the drive and stamina or the root in human design, there's always going to be this pressure. So it comes with this pressure, this fuel to rise up, to improve yourself, to transform your life and the lives of those around you and in your community. So because the 54 is working in collaboration essentially with others, either those that are recognizing you or those that are supporting you, there's this feeling of, who are my allies? Who are the people that can help me and I can help. And as you're considering this energy that's around at the moment, last week we looked at, what is your purpose? What is, if you're going to go through struggles or challenges in life, what are you fighting for? What do you stand for? What is your purpose? And now, as we move into this week, what we're looking at is, who can I align with? Who are the allies that are going to help me to rise up and who I can help to support in the same way? And so it's just start paying attention to, what do you respond to? Who recognizes you? Who invites you? Who impacts you? Who do you impact? Where do you feel the sense of surprise and delight and awe? What feels healthy for you and what doesn't feel healthy for you? And with all of that, you can start saying, last year I teamed up with X, Y, and Z, and that didn't really work out so well. There was a lot of struggle. I didn't really feel like I fulfilled my purpose. They weren't great allies. They didn't recognize my skills and talents. There was no supportive structure. Okay, so now it's time to let go of that. Who are the other people? Who am I going to surround myself with this year that is an ally towards bringing this ambition to rise up through the ladder? So now if you want to have a look at the different streams of energy specifically in these systems, the 54 is really the start of the stream of capitalism. So this is the starting point of what is necessary for businesses to make money, for us to make money on this material plane. So it's really an essential gate or essential trait in this whole being successful in the material plane. So knowing what you stand for and then having the correct people, the correct allies, and when you are feeling this drive or this fuel, this pressure for ambition, making sure that it's in collaboration with your tribe, that there's a supportive element, because if the shadow aspect comes into play here, what can happen is there's this pressure to be free of the pressure, and this can lead you to become like so overly ambitious that you step on anybody to get where you need to go, and ultimately that can never survive or succeed long term, because the whole structure is unhealthy and therefore it will break down at some point. So to have healthy drive, healthy ambition to move in a specific direction, to rise up the ladder, you need to be correct. You need to be in alignment. So follow your decision-making strategy, contemplate or become an observer of who is in your life currently, who is it time to let go of, and who are the real allies that are going to really assist you on this journey moving forward into living the life that you're here to live, and potentially having this material success, because you've activated the ambition with the right people around you who are going to recognize your skills and are going to pull you up the ladder, and so you in return can support and pull up all of those that have supported you in the past. This week I'd encourage you to watch the pressure, because it's going to be there, and often we act from pressure, we make decisions from pressure, but that's not the right place to make decisions from. Yes, by all means, that pressure can be healthy for you, but you need to check that first. And the pressure can bring that fuel, can bring that drive, and you can capitalize on it or use it to your advantage, as long as you've got the right allies in place who are going to help you on that path. So this is, as I mentioned in the last two videos, we're moving towards the Rave New Year, or the Human Design New Year. So, first of all, it was the zest for life, and then we looked at, what is my purpose, and now we're looking at who am I aligned to, who are my allies. I do have a whole nother series on these 5 steps, so if you're interested, you can click on the link below. And if you've got any stories to share about ambition and this fuel and this drive to rise up the ladder, please feel free to add your comments below. And then next week we'll be moving into the 4th step of this energy around the wheel, and we're going to specifically be moving into the 61. So this is all about inner truth. So stay tuned, and please hit subscribe if you want to receive automatic notifications of when the new videos are posted. In the meantime, welcome to 2021, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye for now.